Okay. Movie notes on Titanic, 1997 film, 27 May 2024 viewing. I watched this today all the way through. Monday, 27 May 2024. I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. I watched it all the way through. However, I did pause it at certain times so I could get it done earlier in the day and put this video out. And DVD copy. This is in the family DVD collection. Here's the disc. It also has like the, you know, full, here are the scenes. 1, 2, and then, wait, does it continue on the back? It's a long movie. It's over 3 hours. It's about 3 hours and 14 minutes long. So there we go. From the 1990s. And so, yes, what I came up with for my video description, or no, for my, well, movie description for this viewing is a fiction film about a male American third-class passenger, male gold digger type, and a female English first-class passenger on a ship named Titanic. Their love affair while the woman is in a relationship with, engaged to marry, a male English/American first-class passenger, and the female passenger in her importance for an archaeological discovery decades after the sinking of the ship. So there's kind of two plot lines. One in the role of this upper-class English woman, in like the present, so to speak, in an archaeological discovery, and then the other one is her story on the sailing of the Titanic, which was very much, she was an upper class woman, first class passenger, in her fooling around, and she's engaged to another first class passenger, male, and then she kind of fools around with a third class passenger. So she does have, you know, fools around and has sex with this other one, so which is like, by standard terminology, pretty like, that's the textbook definition of cheating on one's significant other. So she's the cheater female type. And she's English, and she kind of shames the Irish and the Scottish throughout the movie. And it's just kind of like, this is one of those movies that have always kind of like made my tummy turn in a bad way. Or I was just kind of like, why is this movie dishonoring the dead? The Titanic was a real ship, and this is really, the image they choose to put out in this video is blissfully unaware cheaters, or a female adulterer, first class type, and, you know, her American fooling around third class. And as a female who's, you know, not first class, there's always been like, why not make a storyline about me and people like me who actually do love their significant other? So, and that was true for the actual ship, but that's not what they chose to portray. So there's always been a little bit of, why do they hate the Irish and the Scottish so much in this, and why do they hate those of us who aren't first class so much? The Christians that have spoiled from this. Also, the rats not making it off the ship in a lifeboat made me want to be alive growing up. Now, not only am I offended, my boyfriend Josh Kerr and the critters of the backyard are too. It's near the end, and Timber she has not only Tinsel baby, there's another baby. She has 2 baby squirrels. They're tiny. I got a peanut to one of them. They got their first peanut from me. They were like, what is this? They're still timid. I think partially, if they are Western gray squirrels, their temperament is very different than Eastern gray squirrels. So there we go. So they were like, choose us, Tanis. And we're offended about that. Yeah, they showed rats running from water. And I had a pet rat growing up, and pet hamsters, and pet mice. And now I look after rodents in the backyard and stuff. And so I was just like, why couldn't they have saved the rodents? Or at least, like, you know, don't just do them so humans freeload and copycat their rodents and then, you know, that kind of stuff. Who did they go down with, the humans wise, right? Who were their human shepherds? Because on a ship that big with third-class passengers like me, they would have gone down with somebody. Okay. And also, right, they didn't have airplanes back then, so the people on the real ship, I'm going to guess a fair amount of them, especially the ones who died, right? There's going to be no survivors that provide the death's perspective because they lived. For the ones who died, I'm going to guess they right, the airplanes weren't around at that point in time, like passenger airplanes and stuff like that. So, like, and this was cutting edge technology and stuff, and you know, at that day and age, boats hadn't really been fully accepted, especially the iron ones, metal ones, for like their you know, seaworthiness. So I'm gonna guess a lot of people kind of set sail thinking they were gonna die, and especially like when there's an iceberg dead ahead, you know you're gonna die if you're the crew, right? So we're facing certain death. That's why they try to change course. But some people just aren't fully there, don't put that together. Like, they tried to change course because they knew they were on a certain death path. So to say they didn't know they were gonna die, maybe that was the giddy first class passengers, but the people who were capable of accepting reality, well, maybe a lot of them ended up at the bottom of the sea. Anyway, other thing I thought about, it's a not a whole lot of space, especially for those of us who are not first class, for moving one's stuff from continent to continent. So I was like thinking to my life scenario, well, not scenario, I'm alive, right? To my life, what could I think of anything with moving for me? No routine workouts when moving. If he, this is what moving in with my boyfriend Josh Kerr. So no routine workouts when moving. If he arrives and I am at the house working out, then I stop. If out on a walk run, then bring it in / back to the house. Moving date has been divinely scheduled by God if it is a fit. First full day after everything is moved into our house / where I move in with him. Take the day off. For vacationing with him, especially soon after the move, maybe go to Idaho, around Washington State, and some of the places I went in California. So take him to some of the places I've been before. And perhaps he brings Kid Valley milkshakes and or PCC Community Markets baked goods when he arrives for load 1, right? When he comes picking up. Maybe it's just him, and maybe it's him in his car, and maybe he brings a treat. It doesn't have to, but maybe. And perhaps I drive at least one of our one-car loads. So may or may not include load 1 to the house. So if we're doing just one car over and back kind of thing, maybe I drive. Maybe not, but maybe it's me the one driving. He gets to sit back, relax, and be like, turn here, turn there, that kind of stuff. So we're both engaged in the navigator. Okay. And then also it talks about a big diamond, right? They're on the hunt for a big diamond. They make archaeological discoveries other than a diamond, but they're also looking for a diamond. So I was like thinking through gems, and I was like, perhaps my boyfriend Josh Kerr has engagement rings, like maybe 1, maybe 2, I don't know, with our birthstone set in it, amethyst. Can be purple, though not always. It does not have to be purple. Yeah, purple, or not purple. Amethyst is actually a mineral that changes color under certain conditions. So while a lot of people like to paint it as purple, it does not necessarily mean it will stay purple, and it can be other colors. So there you go. And then something that came to mind while watching this, no music, movies, or electronics in the room if / when my boyfriend Josh Kerr and I make love. He loves my droopy boobies that have natural innie nipples. And there's a reoccurring imagery of outie nipples, and I was just like, I'm innie nipples and droopy boobies. I'm not any female booby type portrayed in this movie. So it was like, that was another slap in the face, right? It's like, can't you, with all those drawings, can't you include one, right? What was it, 10% of the population, 10 to 15% of the female population has innie nipples, and not a single one of the how many pictures or drawings shown? The vast underrepresentation of nipple type of women, and probably men for that matter too, in Hollywood. It's not a very inclusive movie, just on some basic, like if you're only going to include a few ethnicities, why not diversify in terms of the other aspects, right? Aside from ethnicity, right? Like, if you're going to put a bunch of boobies in a movie, maybe include booby diversity, especially since I'm English, Irish, Scottish. I have innie nipples, right? It's representative of at least one ethnicity. Yeah, kind of thing. So, like, I don't know if they really thought it through, this movie. Right, it's really spearheading and pushing the cheater love story plot line, and I'm like, I get that whoever was behind making this movie is a cheater, or cheater type, even if they have not cheated already. They are highly susceptible, and their actions speak louder than words, and work product speaks louder than words if they say they're not the cheater type, and they just haven't cheated yet. All right, so it's a little disheartening in that way. But it's Hollywood. And so this is not actually a movie I watch very often. So there we go. So my movie notes on Titanic, 1997 film, 27 May 2024 viewing.